games on the harder difficulty setting, like to go into something without like reading the strategy guide. Oh, and I'm doing, if you push the forward and up button and circle, you get like the cartwheel move. It really is new playing it. I shouldn't have played anything.
one. Ready, go!
I don't know, this is like something that occurs when you figured you're screwed out of luck and you didn't spend any money on any females on the internet, like proceeding like they said things that like you have done, like sort of like how people say like SIF or whatever that word, that SIMP word, that try to provoke things. That it was just something that I had subscribers on something from 2015 onwards to describe something that I seemed like shit out of luck in terms of things that occurred, and had eye surgery even back then, had stuff wrong with my eyes in terms of being barely able to see shit. I know I'm able to play video games and that, and there's swimmers that advocate, like Olympic swimmers that have commercials and stuff that they perceive to be blind too, or half blind like I am. I had photographs of stuff, yeah. Stuff that wasn't lying in terms of stuff that I had photograph evidence and still kept documents within terms of stuff that I had, but figured it was just like wasn't really followed up. And I just figured it's something that I play video games, sure, but just being able to visibly do something doesn't mean that you're totally not disabled, like people will try to say it's fraud. I wear glasses, but barely. I don't show them in photographs because I don't want people thinking that, like if you see out in the street, they might do something to you in terms of physicalities that are wrong with you, in terms of stuff that you have to vent and sort of just share your side in terms of stuff that I have no say in terms of what occurs if other people think about you and their deception of you, thinking that you're some sort of like scum. That this wasn't really the case when I spent like 4,000 some hours playing Gran Turismo and fighting games and other shit that I had posted on there, but they still think you're some sort of scumbag, and that shouldn't be the case. If it was basically you're saying something that trying to prevent something, but for whatever reason stuff still occurred, so I figured it wasn't really a sure thing in terms of stuff that was given to me, and I know that life isn't a guarantee, and the stuff that I did post, I have a mole inside of my face, so they can't go forth and give it to someone else and try to be real and rational with you in terms of what you post on there, in terms of stuff that I didn't make fun of celebrities as much as a given thing that I didn't have any words written, in terms of stuff that I don't know why they all went berserk on the media stuff that it was at one point in time, and had a courtroom trial at KU, and they basically let it happen in terms of them acquitting me on all charges that occurred where the fingerprints would never match, and I wasn't really sure what it was for in terms of what they were trying to do in terms of like slandering your name or basically making out to seem that you was a bad guy even back then. I wrote all that on Facebook, and no one was really accountable for me in terms of actions and stuff. That like no one had my back up until I had a courtroom trial and got out of all of it, and figured it wasn't worth having any of the stuff if they're just going to taunt you and be weird with you. At the end of the day, you're only human and you make mistakes. But figured I'm only one person.